Mechad 5 p.m. But those that want to stick around until then, we'll be learning here.
We'll stay here.
And yeah, we stay here learning. So another halakha in the laws of tefillah, as we're in the midst of discussing the laws of prayer, there's a halakha that goes as follows: that the name of Hashem, one of the names of Hashem, surprisingly maybe, is Shalom. Believe it or not, Shalom is the name of God. So when we say Shalom to somebody else, it's not like a Hebrew version of saying Buenos Dias, hi, bonjour. It's actually, you're wishing all the godliness that there could ever be onto that person. And therefore, when it comes to our behavior before tefillah in the morning, the halakha says that from the time in the morning that is the time for shachrit, we cannot go ahead, knock on our friend's door and say Shalom. Why? Because we're taking, instead of turning to Hashem, and that's His name, and praying to Hashem and thanking Hashem to start the day off like that, we divert ourselves to somebody else and say Shalom to somebody else. That is not allowed. Pretty simple. Now, the only thing is, what happens when you're not going to somebody else's, to your neighbor's door and knocking and saying Shalom? Rather, maybe you're walking to synagogue, maybe you're coming from the parking lot, coming inside. And there's people over here, and you just want to say Shalom. You haven't yet prayed, but again, it's the same sensitivity. So the halakha is we don't greet each other with the word Shalom before tefillah in the morning. Even though I didn't go proactively to knock on their door and say Shalom to them, nonetheless, the word Shalom, because it's the name of Hashem, so we don't say Shalom, we don't say the word. So what do we say? Here in our Kehillah, we have it's already been picked up in practice. We say Tzafah de Maritav, which is in Aramaic, basically good morning. It means good morning in Aramaic. So and then you can answer good morning. What?
Saying good morning is okay or not?
Yeah.
Oh, so first of all, so you're deviating from the word Shalom. So you didn't say the word Shalom, so that's already good. However, some people would refrain even from that, but it really depends on the setting you're at, right? So if you're in a situation where everybody also knows and learns this and understands that the first thing that they should do in the morning before they work, before they have breakfast, before they engage in conversation, is that they should talk to Hashem. So that's what they do. Yeah. They wake up in the morning, maybe they say Modeh Ani, they say a couple of brachot, they have a coffee. They don't work or have a big breakfast or have a meal or anything else like that before they pray. They don't have conversations, they don't do business, they don't fix, they don't finish building a sukkah, they don't renovate, they don't write, they don't paint, they don't do big things, laborious things before tefillah, because we turn, as the Gemara says, that we, instead of praying for our blood, we infuse things that we need for ourselves and we don't turn to Hashem. However, if somebody wishes you good morning, so you're allowed to politely also answer good morning, or as we say, Tav le'mareh, tzafah de maritav. Well, the question for today is, what happens if you're a rabbi or a chazan and you came late to synagogue? It never happens actually, but just theoretically, if the rabbi, I'm saying theoretically, the rabbi comes a little bit late to the synagogue and he comes into a time where they're already reading the Sefer Torah. That's really crazy. But he comes already in the time that they're reading the Sefer Torah. He didn't pray yet. He didn't yet pray. Now they're like, oh, come read the Sefer Torah. So he's like, okay, he's going to read the Sefer Torah. And after you read the Sefer Torah, you say the Misha Berach. You bless people and you bless them, Comimos Buenos, and you bless them, Escapamento Bueno, and you bless them all the good things in the world for everyone and their family. Beautiful. But you're talking, you're having conversations, you're wishing, you're this, you're that, you're having this whole thing. May you or may you not do that. So Rabbi David Cohen says, better not to. Better not to. If you need to read the Torah, that's great, as long as you said the blessing of the Torah. Because the Torah, you could read the Torah, but for the Misha Barach, try to give it to somebody else, even to that degree, and it's, of course, that sensitive. Another quick question he says, what if someone you honor, like your parents, are going off on a trip, and or they're arriving from a trip exactly before the tefillah? Can you go to the airport to say farewell or to welcome them before you prayed? He says over there, from Kibud Orim, for honoring our parents is so great that we're allowed to do that, but otherwise we don't proactively go and engage in conversations, say the word shalom, certainly, but saying good morning or howdy or hello, whatever it is, that's like a lighter sense, and that is something that we may do. Baruch Adonai L'olam. Amen.